Hello, Sharks. My name is Brittany Rowe. I'm from New York City, and I'm seeking $200,000 for 10% of my company.
New York, baby.
Oh, yeah. Sharks, have you ever been to a party where the deepest conversation you had involved someone showing you pictures of their 6 cats? 7? 7 cats. And when you head home for the holidays, it feels like dad runs out of questions to ask after the old, so how's work going? If you're trying to make a real connection, struggling with small talk, and trying to go back to your cell phone, it isn't going to get you there. Well, it's time to level up your social game with Hella Awkward, the card game that ignites genuine connections through hilariously unexpected conversations. Hella Awkward throws you 140 hilarious and thought-provoking questions in 4 unique categories. Relationships, aw, dating, ooh la la, real talk, and sex. Now, how do you play? Simply choose a category, pull a card at random with a pointed question on it, and everyone answers. But since it can also lead to some wild reactions, we do give each player one skip card in case the question gets hella awkward. Okay. Now, we believe the most hella awkward moments lead to the most hella meaningful bonds. So, who's ready to connect, share your stories, and really get to know your fellow sharks? Who's ready to get hella awkward?
Good job.
Great. We are back with another Shark Tank breakdown, a reaction video. I am your host, Dave, 10-year intellectual property attorney dealing with everything from patents, trademarks, copyrights, as well as trade secrets. And this definitely should be an interesting one. I guess the first card game that came to mind as she was kind of giving her pitch is a hip-hop card game or hip-hop trivia. I've kind of been to a few parties where that's kind of been a staple or a pretty popular card game. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting to see $2 million valuation, $200,000 for 10%. So I would imagine that she has to have some card games. I haven't seen the hella awkward card game yet, but I would imagine that she would have to have some sales to justify that $2 million valuation. Now, when I'm looking at these, breaking down, giving a reaction to these different pitches, there's 3 things I look for plus a bonus one. How simple is it? Seems like this game is pretty straightforward. How effective is it? Now, a lot of times the effectiveness of a product or of a service of, in this case, a game is going to be told essentially by the sales as well as the reviews for it. And then the market. What is the market for it? As I think Brittany from New York talked about, going to these different events, whether it's a social event, a family reunion, holidays with the family and friends, it can kind of get a little bit kind of stale after a while. And it seems like this is one of one way to be able to kind of provide for that staleness or have it be not so stale. Like I said, there's other card games out there. So it is, competition as relates to the market goes, but I definitely think that to the extent that it's fun and enjoyable and, you have some laughs and whatnot, it can be a market for it. So again, simple effectiveness, the market. And then the fourth or the bonus one that I look at particularly is, are you guys protecting the intellectual property? Believe it or not, you can get patents on games. I actually had someone who reached out to me maybe a month or so ago and like, hey man, I got this idea for a game and can I get a patent on it? And I'm like, well, kind of generally speaking, you can get a patent on games, board games, card games, things of that sort. They are becoming obviously more challenging, especially as more and more games are coming out there. But again, it is something that generally speaking, you can get a patent on, just games, playable games such as this. So I'll check as she was giving her pitch on Hella Awkward. I didn't see anything that came up on the USPTO database as relates to her having a trademark for it. So that's something that I'm interested in seeing. We'll take a look at the website at the end to kind of see whether or not she has filed something, and I just didn't see it. But like I said, from my search, as she was giving her pitch, I did not see that Hella Awkward was an actual trademark. And for those of you who don't know, or maybe not in the African-American community or the Black community, that's definitely a phrase that is used often, Hella Awkward. Now, obviously you can still get a trademark on a phrase that's used a ton, particularly in this case, because it's directed towards card games. But it's something that, Brittany, if you're watching this, I'll definitely advise to maybe kind of get something sooner rather than later, especially if you're trying to build a brand around this Hella Awkward brand. So those are some of my initial thoughts. Some housekeeping items before we get back to the pitch. Please hit a like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit the subscribe button to be a part other IP community where we talk about a ton of things. One of which is these Shark Tank breakdown videos. So yeah, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit the subscribe button, and kind of let me know, to the extent that you have played the game as we're going through this pitch. Let me know in the comment sections, what do you think? I would imagine that the Sharks are going to play here in a little bit. So let's kind of get back to it and see what do they think of the actual game and if she gets an offer. Let's go.
Presentation.
Thank you so
did
much.
You did a great job. You really
Thank
did.
you.
Yeah.
So let's play one quick round. Mr. Wonderful.
Yes.
I see you have some cards in front of you.
So
How about you
should I
read
take
one of those?
this one?
Yes, please. And then we'll have all the Sharks answer.
Ask each person in the group, what about me annoys you the most? What a setup.
That's definitely a setup.
I knew you'd be
All
a
right,
good
Robert.
sport.
Well, Kevin, I've known you for 16 years.
Yes.
I don't know quite how to tell you this, but you smell bad.
Okay, well, Lori's next.
All right. What about me annoys you the most?
That you don't listen to me when I'm talking to you.
That's not going to change. Thank you. All right, Damon.
The evaluations that you're dead to me. When you fall asleep when we're at dinner, right there in front of me.
Okay. What about you, Mark?
Absolutely nothing, Kevin. You're perfect.
Aw.
He's my best friend. And I'm going to go over there and kiss
He's
him.
leaving the show.
Brittany, it is really, really fun.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
very
much.
fun.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank
I have an
you.
awkward question for you.
Yes,
Do you have any sales?
I do. Is that awkward?
Well, it depends on your answer.
Right.
Yeah, so we launched mid 2021. Lifetime sales is 600K.
Okay, go year by year because things changed from during pandemic to
First of all,
post-pandemic.
applause on that because
Yes.
600K
Right.
is
Year by
absolutely
year.
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank
Because
you.
I'm sure the margins on this are out of here. I mean, it's just
You
cars.
launched 2021.
So May of 2021, that first year, we did about 90K in sales. The second year,
Wow.
we went up to about 110. We ended up selling out and we couldn't get our product for 6 months.
Wow.
So that was wild. And then last year we did 250K. And this year we're projecting to do about 600K.
Why the jump from
Why are you going to
250
get 600? How are you going to do
Well, exciting news. Last year we launched at Target in 450 doors. We now have expanded into 520
So you
doors.
sold
Wow.
enough that they brought you into more doors?
Yes. And then also this year we launched at Walmart. We're in 600 stores currently, and we're about to expand to 1,000 doors.
Wow.
What does it cost you to make them, and what do you sell them at?
So we retail at $24.99. It costs us about $280 landed.
Oh,
We also have an expansion pack. You'll see that in the yellow. We added another 45 questions. So that is $12.99 and it costs just under $1 to make. Then we have our new game, Build a Bay, which you'll see in the pink over
Build
there.
a what?
What's
Build
that?
a Bay.
Build a Bay. Ah.
We're making a game centered around dating. It's questioning who your perfect partner is. It's really exciting.
that's a good, fun idea.
What's your background?
So I'm a theater actor. That's what I moved to New
Ah.
York to do. Once 2020 hit, I was at home quarantined alone, and my brother Brandon and his fiance Jane, we would FaceTime each other almost daily. We'd have conversations starting with our favorite TV shows, and then it moved into our deeper topics like our childhoods, our relationships, that sort. We put a bunch of the questions into a Google Doc, and we sent it out to our friends and family, and they loved it. And we decided, hey, we should make something out of this.
So the brother is the partner in the deal?
Yes.
What percentage does he own?
So we each share 33 and a third.
And who's got the other 33?
We have a third co-founder, Jane.
And what's Jane's contribution?
She's the product designer.
Any of you put up any money?
Yes. So my brother put in 7,000 and she put in about 3,000.
And how about you?
I put in the sweat equity,
Now, how
Amazing.
many units have you sold?
about 50,000.
50,000
Yes.
boxes.
You've got to be really profitable.
We are profitable indeed. So last year we did about 100K in profit. This year we're projecting to do about 250 to 300 in profit.
Good for you.
Nice.
That's-
Wow.
Thank you.
Brittany, you were very nasty to me when you came out here. But now I really like you because you have sales.
Yes, me
And you
too.
have the beginning of retail distribution. You've proven sell-through. That's very hard to do.
Thank you.
I will make you an offer, but I want to take over distribution. I work with all these retailers. I can do things for you that you have no idea about in
Okay.
terms of growth. I'm going to give you the 200,000 for 25%.
Hey, this is why I love America. This is why I love this show, because who would have thought? Now, the margins were amazing. And I think all the Sharks, she may get I don't watch these things ahead of time, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'll try to give you guys my live real, raw, authentic actions as I'm watching it along with you. And I suspect that she's going to get a lot of offers on this one. But again, some of the things that I do not want to overlook. I was a little skeptical of that $200 million valuation, but given the situation, she says that she's going to make $600,000 as of last year, which I'm assuming this is 2024. 2023, she made $250,000, profited $100K in 2023. She said last year they were projected to profit $250,000 to $300,000 on 600. Man, again, this is amazing. This is kind of what you want to see. She makes this thing, or she sells it for what, $25, around $25, and it landed. It only cost her $2.80, if I heard that correct. So yeah, she has some good margins there. She's coming out with some additional stuff with the Builder Bay. Like I said, for those of you who are maybe not in the kind of Black community, African American community, these are kind of terms that are kind of thrown around and are used frequently, whether it's hella awkward, whether it's build a base. So I definitely think they'll definitely will hit within the community. Again, 50,000 units sold and a ton of targets. Seems like she's kind of infiltrating Walmart as well. So she's killing it. And the thing is, she did this for $10,000. Brother put in $7,000. The other third partner put in $3,000. So just think about that. All these people talking about, hey, you need a ton of money. You don't necessarily need a ton of money. Now, you may need some money, but you need a good ideal, a good product. And as she talked about, her contribution is putting in that sweat equity. So just to think that a company that was started or founded essentially on $10,000 has made $600,000 as of last year, that will do $250,000 to $300,000 in profit. Hey man, you're talking about the American dream, and she's a theater actor. So I mean, I'm gonna try to get on the program, kind of see, man, because this is so different from acting and theatrics and theater. And all of a sudden, you have this card game that's killing it, that you're crushing it in. So kudos for her. Like I said, it seems like she's at least got one offer with Kevin, but I would imagine that that's probably not going to be the last offer. So let's get back to it and see who else comes into play. Let's go.
I got big plans for you. I can't believe what you've done.
Brittany, a friend of mine, a few years ago, he was a newspaper reporter, and he went to a bunch of his friends and asked for $12,000 because he was going to write a game. And they asked him, what are you going to do with the money? And he said, I'm going to go to Spain, drink a lot of wine, and write this game.
Amazing.
And half the friends thought he was an idiot. The other half gave him the $12,000. 10 years later, those people that put in $12,000 end up getting between 10 and 20 million. And that game was Trivial Pursuit.
Ah, amazing.
And I always said, if an opportunity like that with a great person came along, I will not let it get away.
Wow.
I'm not even going to negotiate with you. I'll give you the $200,000 for 10%. I'm going to go along for this ride.
You got what you asked for.
Oh my God. Well, don't count me out. Don't count me out.
Oh, the
I love
ticket.
it. Hello.
Are you thinking?
Hello.
What is there to
Hello.
think about?
Wait, you don't know what I'm going to say, so you should continue thinking.
This is awkward.
Stop! All of you be quiet. Quiet in the tank.
My feelings are being hurt.
Quiet in the tank. Brittany. Hello. Hello.
My God.
I'll give you the $200,000, but I will do it for 12%.
Oh my.
Well,
200,000, 10%. Let's not
I
listen
don't know
to the
that
noise.
taking the cheapest deals
Let's not make it any
necessarily the
more
best deal.
awkward.
Bidding war.
you have a deal. You have a deal.
There you go. Hey, wow.
Nice.
Awesome. So Love that.
Oh my gosh. Amazing. Amazing. Robert.
Hey man, shout out to Brittany from New York. It'll be interesting. I know these things are 45, 50-minute pitches that kind of get whittled down to 10 minutes that you see here on TV. But I would be interested in knowing what Damon kind of threw in, as well as Mark. It seems like obviously the other three Sharks, Mr. Wonderful, Lori, and Robert was ultimately interested and made an offer. Did that mean that Damon or Mark didn't make an offer, or was it one of those things that it just didn't show up on the TV? So I have to reach out to her to kind of get her on and kind of get the behind the scenes a little bit more as far as kind of Damon and Mark's offer. And again, she essentially got the golden ticket from Rob, which is kudos to her for that. And he gave her, like, it seemed like that story, I didn't realize that card games was going for that much, but it seems like she has something on her hands. Like I said, how simple is it? How effective is it? What's the market like? And if all three of those are check, you may have a rocket ship on your hand. And it seems like it was a very simple game, effective based on the sale, $600,000. The numbers were great. The market, obviously, is a market for it based on 50,000 people buying this thing in 4 years. And yeah, now the thing, if I had to be picky, just kind of being an IP attorney, I want that IP protected. We're going to look at the website here really quickly because I'm not seeing anything that's leading me to believe that she actually has IP protected. And Brittany, you have to get that intellectual property protected if you haven't already. I didn't see an application. That does not necessarily mean that the application hasn't been filed, but I did not see it when I looked it up here quickly. Now, awkward games, again, there's so many ways you can go with this. You can do awkward games. You can do hella awkward. You can do build a bay. It's a number of things that you can trademark there. I'm not seeing anything showing that it's been trademarked. But it seems like she got a rocket ship on her hand. That's crazy. I don't see anything about patents. Do not sell my personal info. I'm not saying, typically if it has some patents, you'll see that at the bottom here. But I'm not seeing anything, but let me kind of get it back on myself before we go out of here. So 50,000 units. I know some of these people who are watching this have played the game. Let me know what you guys think about the game. It seems like it's a very popular game, and seems like Robert is willing to take that ride with her. Hey, don't be surprised if you look up in 3, 4 years, 5 years, she kind of sells this thing for millions of dollars. So I must admit, I was a little skeptical coming into it, but kind of based on how that thing went, it was do. Pretty fast, pretty effective. She nailed the pitch. And again, she had the sales to back it up, which ultimately is what all the Sharks want to see. Seems like Robert, in his situation, he kind of heard that story about a card game that ended up blowing up and wasn't going to miss out on this opportunity, which is, why he didn't even negotiate, gave her exactly what it is that she was, what she wanted. And I'm still amazed. The fact that you have a company that's worth millions of dollars at this point, because he gave her essentially what she wanted. So he's valuing the game at $2 million, valuing the company at $2 million as well. And they started the company with $10,000. You do not need a ton of money. You need a good product. And, you need somebody who's going to put in that sweat equity, put in that work. And it seems like she has a good product. She put in that work and she's taking full advantage of it. So let me know how you guys like this one. Please leave a comment in the comment section if you have the game. Let me know what you think of the game. Let me know if you're going to go buy the game. Seems like you can get it in Target as well as Walmart. And some housekeeping items as we finish up. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this one, as well as hit the subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. I'll catch you guys next time. You guys take care. Peace.